Tonight, Trojans support Relay for Life.
Plus, who are the winners of Greek Week? Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for March 25th, 2013. I'm Rachel Scarborough.
And I'm Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. Relay for Life is an annual event that is known across the nation for its overwhelming support to cure cancer. Deatra Montgomery shows us how some Troy students took part in this year's event.
Helping others survive cancer and stay well has inspired hundreds of people around the world to volunteer to help organize one of the largest fundraising events in the entire country. Students gathered together in Sartain Hall Friday night for Troy's 6th annual Relay for Life event.
It was supposed to be held on Tailgate Terrace, but the rain obviously stopped us from having it out there, but it's not going to stop us from supporting this cause.
Each year, there's a different overall theme to add some creativity to the event. This year was Relay World, inspired by Disney World.
So each team has an individual theme. Like this year they chose a Disney movie to make their banner, their t-shirts if they wanted to do that. That's just kind of a fun way for the teams to be involved with the event.
Throughout the night, students were able to participate in multiple events.
We have a band, DJ, we have different themed laps such as the Crazy Hat lap. We have tournaments going on like a cornhole and monster pong later in the night when you're getting really tired.
A 10-year cancer survivor shared how she felt about the outcome of this year's event.
It's great as a faculty member here at Troy University for the students to make sure they called and made sure that I was going to be here tonight to do the Survivors Lap, and it's actually one of my favorite times of the year.
Some of the students explained how they felt about the annual event.
I came to Relay for Life to help support my organization and help support the cure for cancer. I'm also here because it has some kind of like personal experience with cancer and its effects on people.
I've done Relay for Life for the past 5 years, so I didn't want to stop this year. I think cancer affects everyone, but it's affected me personally. My 2 grandfathers had cancer, and so has my dad.
This is a great cause. It's very close to my heart, as it is to everyone here. I'm glad to be here, and it's so fun because I get to dress up as a Disney princess with my props and have a great time.
Deatra Montgomery, Troy TrojanVision News.
The Relay for Life Committee will continue hosting events throughout the semester to raise money for the cause.
Many high school students are starting to try and figure out where they want to go to college after graduation. Troy University gave those students a chance to see if Troy was the right fit on Saturday. Terry.
On Saturday, over 100 high school seniors and juniors came to Troy University to see what the university has to offer them.
Being here, getting to know people, getting to know procedures, processes, there's just no substitute for being here because you can't possibly determine fit, which is the most important factor in a college decision, without being physically on a college campus. And this is the most important thing we do, is get people to our campus.
Every school year, Troy University hosts 2 preview days, one in the fall and the other in the spring. Stalin says that having these preview days are essential to the university.
It gives us a great opportunity just to really open up the doors of our campus to our academic divisions, to our student activities division, financial aid, housing, all of those things that are going to be important in the life of a student.
Students had the chance to see different organizations that they could join on campus.
Over 100 organizations here that are represented, and they had an hour to go through and just check them all out. So they get time to talk to, they get to talk to students, they get to talk to professors, so they really get hands-on experience with what the organizations are about.
One Georgia ambassador says that even with the bad weather, the outcome of the day was great.
I think it's going to be really good. A lot of people that are here are excited to be here, which is always good. The students are excited, the parents are excited. We're ready to give tours, so we hope that it's really beneficial to the school and that everybody, all the students, can really see Troy for what it is and that we can represent Troy to the best of our ability.
Terry Yu, Troy TrojanVision News.
Students with questions about enrolling can check out the admissions website at admissions.troy.edu. And all last week, fraternities and sororities on Troy's campus were competing against one another during Greek Week.
That's right, Rachel, and as Danielle Percival shows us, the final event of the Greek Week was Greek Games.
With a week of competitions behind them, the final challenge for the Greeks during Greek Week on Troy's campus awaited them on Sunday.
Greek Games is basically all the different fraternities and sororities between all the social and we get together and really compete, just have fun, just try to prove who's the best on campus.
To be honest, it's just more fun than most of the competitions for sororities and fraternities, just because it's not as serious and we just kind of get out here and do our own thing, and it's just a time to bring all of our sisters and everybody together to have fun.
But the Greek Week activities aren't all about fun and games. They also serve a greater purpose in the community.
That's what this is really, I feel is that we just come out here and relax and we compete and that's the best thing, is that we are raising money for Relay for Life all week long, and that's just the best thing we get out of it.
And while Greek Week does support different charities in the community, it also promotes
unity, coming together for a good cause, and having fun, kind of forgetting about your individual letters for a change.
It's just a big brotherhood and big bonding between all the Greeks. It's a place where we put everything aside and just have fun and just compete for competition.
Of course, each group had their own ideas about which team would come out on top.
Not us, I can tell you that. I don't know. We'll find out, though.
Named Chi Alpha.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm not really sure. Hopefully Alpha Gam.
Danielle Percival, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The winners of Greek Week were Chi Omega and Alpha Tau Omega.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Dothan, authorities say they hope a new drug court in Houston County will help defendants stay clear of narcotics and crime. A district court judge says the drug court is designed to treat addicted individuals and give them the tools they need to change their lives.
And in Fayette, 3 people have been killed in fires over the weekend, including a Fayette couple who perished in their home. Another man was found dead in his travel trailer in Gadsden.
And in Birmingham, police are investigating the shooting death of a man over the weekend. Officers identified the victim found yesterday afternoon as 25-year-old Redmond Lamar Chills of Birmingham.
Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the softball team was in action at home for the first time in over a month. Danielle Percival will be in with the details coming up on that series next in sports.
But first, spring has arrived, but before we get to see the spring flowers, as part of the country is going to see some heavy showers. We'll have that story and more after the break.
Where is spring? I'm Adriana Diaz in Sayreville, New Jersey, where residents are sick of this weather.
For me, professionally, I wanted a degree that actually means something. And Troy had a great reputation academically. There's a number of, folks in Congress that have degrees from Troy. So I think that tells you an awful lot.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education that's respected around the world. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
I'm Rich Nugent, and I'm a United States Representative up in Washington, D.C., and I'm a Troy Trojan.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Rachel Scarborough at the Global News Desk. Rachel?
Thanks, Bailey. This time tomorrow, the issue of same-sex marriage will be in front of the nation's highest court. This week, Justice will hear arguments on 2 cases that could define marriage for the nation. Randall Pinkston is outside the Supreme Court with the preview.
2 California couples leading the fight for the right to marry are in Washington. They visited the National Archives to view the Constitution on the eve of the Supreme Court hearing their case. They are challenging California's Proposition 8. In 2008, voters there approved a ballot measure banning same-sex marriage.
It's not even a question really about how to define marriage or what's happening with marriage. It's a question of equality.
Thomas Peters is with the group defending the Proposition 8 ban.
We're arguing that the Supreme Court should not cut this debate short and should respect the votes of over 7 million Californians who voted to protect marriage. They deserve to have their votes respected.
Wednesday, the justices hear a second case focusing on the 1996 Defense of Marriage Act. It defines marriage as between a man and a woman. Opponents say it discriminates against same-sex couples who are legally married because it denies them federal benefits. People began lining up Friday to witness the arguments before the court. Even in the snow, they're keeping their spots for a chance to get a seat Tuesday or Wednesday.
What do we want? Marriage equality. When do we want it? Now.
Same-sex marriage supporters have been rallying across the country, and they will be at the court tomorrow. Only 9 states and the District of Columbia allow same-sex marriages, but the court's ruling could impact the whole country.
First Monday of spring, and winter is refusing to loosen its grip from the Midwest to the Northeast. Adriana Diaz has the latest on the storms from Surrey, New Jersey.
For residents of Champaign, Illinois, spring cleaning meant shoveling 10 inches of wet, heavy snow this morning. A car skidded off the road in Terre Haute, Indiana. The storm buried all signs of spring from the Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic as it knocked out power to thousands of homes. In Washington, D.C., the day started with a coating of snow on the White House lawn and workers shoveling the steps of the Supreme Court. Parts of the Northeast were expecting up to 6 inches of snow. In other places, it was just a slushy mess. The mix of snow and rain wasn't expected to create problems as it moved up the East Coast, but it sure is causing plenty of headaches. Residents here in Sayreville, New Jersey are sick of this weather.
I think it's freezing. It's unbelievable this time of year. You know, we should be in the 70s by now, and it's, 30 degrees out.
I'm hoping for 80-degree weather next weekend and be laying on a beach somewhere.
The same storm dumped almost 1.5 feet of snow in Colorado and Kansas over the weekend. The storm weakened as it moved into Ohio overnight, but a mix of sleet and snow made for a messy morning commute in Columbus and Cleveland. But not everybody was complaining about winter's last gasp. Kids in Roanoke, Virginia had a rare spring snow day and went sledding. Adriana Diaz, CBS News, Sayreville, New Jersey.
Despite warnings from pediatricians, new research suggests many parents are feeding their babies solid foods too soon. Marley Hall reports.
Open. Good. Emily Mosenian followed her doctor's recommendation, waiting until her son Owen was 5 months old to give him solid foods.
He seemed ready. He was able to sit nicely in a chair, hold his head up straight, and he was showing interest in what his brothers were eating, so we thought it was a good time to start.
Pediatricians recommend introducing solids no earlier than 4 to 6 months old when a baby's body is developmentally ready. But a new study published in the journal Pediatrics finds 40% of mothers are not waiting.
Often starting solids less than 4 months of age can increase the risk of certain chronic illnesses, such as celiac disease, obesity, diabetes, even eczema and dry skin.
The study looked at about 1,300 moms. 9% started solids as early as 4 weeks. Mothers who introduced solid foods early believed their babies were old enough to start. They also thought it would help their babies sleep longer at night.
That's also been studied and known not to be true.
Owen's mom is having success with solids while continuing to breastfeed.
I'm just kind of fitting in salads in between the feedings once or twice a day.
Yummy. She says so far, carrots are his favorite. Marley Hall for CBS News, Garden City, New York.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, you can tune in to Trojan Vision Global News right after the nightly news. Now back to you, Bailey.
Thanks, Rachel. And now Danielle Percival joins us for a look at sports. So, Danielle, not a whole lot of action happening on Troy's campus this weekend, but the Troy softball team was at home this weekend.
Well, that's right, Billy. The baseball and softball teams were actually taking on the same opponent, ULM. However, one was on the road, one was at home. They had differing results, but let's get into game recaps right now.
Sounds good.
It was Championship Sunday for the baseball team after splitting the first 2 games of the series. The Trojans made it look easy with a 10-0 victory in 7 innings against Louisiana Monroe. Shane McCain was on the mound for the Trojans and tossed a 2-hit shutout, needing only 100 pitches for the complete game. There weren't ideal conditions with a 30-mile-per-hour wind throughout the game, but the Trojans' offense was whipping out hits and runs. 13 Trojans came to the plate in the second inning with 7 runs crossing the plate. Trey Santos finished 2 for 4 with a pair of RBI and hit his 5th bomb of the season, a solo shot in the 6th inning. The Trojans will be in action again tomorrow night at home, beginning a 5-game homestand. The Auburn Tigers are coming to town with first pitch scheduled for 6 o'clock Tuesday. And after taking the series with back-to-back wins on Saturday, The Trojans softball team was unable to make it a sweep on Sunday, losing 7-4 to ULM. The Trojans were in control of the game after a big 3-run fifth inning to break a 1-1 tie. But late in the game, the pitching staff was wearing thin. Starter Sarah Thomas got the Trojans to the 9th inning, but was unable to complete the game. Thomas took the loss, allowing 5 hits and 5 runs while walking 7 in 6 2/3 innings of work. But with only 1 strike needed to win the game, reliever J.C. Afelt gave up a grand slam to put the Warhawks on top 7-4 and give them their only win of the series. Head coach Melanie Davis said her team had its chance to finish the series.
We had some really big opportunities that we could have been big in terms of RBIs and giving our pitchers a little more run support. And so I was disappointed from that standpoint. But I will say that all in all on the weekend, our defense, which has been a thorn in our flesh, our defense continues to get a little bit better.
The Trojans will be back on the road on Wednesday night when they travel up the road to Auburn to take on the Tigers. And for the 3rd time this year, the women's rodeo team was in action, and for the 3rd time, the women brought home the title. The women won Saturday night at the East Mississippi Community College Rodeo, and after a close finish their last time out, the Trojans made sure there was no doubt this time around. The women did not win any individual titles, but took the team title by over 200 points over second-place Missouri Valley. The men's rodeo team had one of their highest performances this weekend as well, finishing in 3rd place. The teams will be back in action after Easter weekend at the Northwest Community College Rodeo, April 4th through 6th. And another men's team that finished in 3rd this weekend was the men's golf team. They were in action at the Furman Intercollegiate and used a final round 294 to finish in 3rd place. The Trojans entered Sunday in 4th after carding a 286 on Saturday, but shot a 6 over par on Sunday to finish with their first top 5 finish of the season. Jake Tucker led the Trojans with a season-best finish, tied for 7th after shooting 2 over par on Sunday, and Philip Brennan also recorded a top 10 finish for Troy, finishing tied for 10th, which was also a season best. And Mother Nature brought an abrupt ending to the Alabama relays, but not before the Trojan track and field team posted several of their best performances of the season. The men's 4x100 relay team of Nico Freeman, Jordan Landberg, Benjamin Martin, and Philip Pritchett took 3rd with a time of 40.83 seconds. Jasmine Patton had a season-best finish in the 100-meter hurdles, completing the event in 14.11 seconds, finishing in 3rd place, and Eddie Lynn broke his own school record in the discus with a toss of 53.56 meters, moving up to 14th in the region. Next, the Trojans will be traveling to the Jaguar Invitational at South Alabama on Saturday. So Bailey, Rachel, softball team unable to get it done and get the sweep at home, but good to see them back in action at home and good to see them at least getting the series win, and hopefully they'll have some more luck against Auburn. They beat the Tigers last season, so maybe they can do it again this year. And of course, baseball team's going to be back in action at home tomorrow night. Be sure to come out and support the Trojans.
Absolutely. Best of luck to them, and congratulations again to all of the people participating in the Trojan Athletics this weekend.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Danielle.
guys.
Still to come on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, we'll show you how local children can learn to stay healthy while having fun.
But first, this weekend we saw a variety of rain and sunshine. What can we expect for this week, Jamarlo?
Well, Bentley, we may see a complete turnaround this week in weather conditions, but I have more coming up next.
You can't text and pay attention to the world around you, and you definitely can't text and drive. Every year, deaths due to distracted and negligent driving are increasing. In fact, while drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving fatalities have skyrocketed. Find out more at negligentdriving.com.
I was looking for something that if I had to take online, I could still take it, but I wanted that personal touch that Troy offers. I needed to be able to work around my schedule because I still support my family full time, and I needed to be able to be flexible, and Troy met those needs.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education with the flexibility you need. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
My name is Jeremy. I am a criminal justice major with Homeland Security. I needed to reinvent myself, and I chose Troy.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Now Jamarla Phillips joins us for a look at weather.
So, Jamarlo, we saw rainy conditions this weekend. Then this morning it was very chilly. And will those chilly temperatures be here for the rest of the week, or will they be out by Easter weekend?
Well, it may be chilly for the next day or so, but as we go throughout the week, those temperatures will definitely try to warm up a bit, but I'll get into more of that right now. But first, let's take a look across Bibb Graves Quad. We can see that the sun has not set yet. We see students walking from class, probably going back to their rooms, finishing it out today. But as we go into our current conditions, we can see that for today, we saw a high of 54 degrees, a low of 32 degrees. There was no rain in our area for today. Sun rose this morning at 6:40 a.m. and will set this evening at 6:58 p.m. Taking a look at our temperatures from around the state, we can see that we're experiencing those mid 30 to mid 40 degree temperatures across the state right now. Huntsville at 37 degrees, Birmingham at 47 degrees, Montgomery 52, Troy 54, Phoenix City 53, Dothan 57, and Mobile at 60 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Taking a look at our current temperatures in the southeast, we can see that in the southeast right now we're experiencing those mid 20 to mid 30 degree temperatures across the southeast right now. Birmingham at 35 degrees, Mobile at 39 degrees. As we go down into the Florida area, they're experiencing those mid to low 60 degree temperatures in Florida right now. Taking a look at our current temperatures across the United States, we can see towards the Wyoming area and Montana area that they're experiencing some very cool temperatures as well. Temperatures all the way down to the 8s and even the 12s. Taking a look at our current surface map, we can see that we have a few high pressure systems right above here in the Wyoming area. But as we take a closer look into our area, we can see that the cold front has just pushed out of our area to where we've been experiencing those cooler temperatures that we've been seeing in the past few hours. Taking a look at our precipitation forecast, we can see that we will not have any rain in our area for the next 48 hours. But as we go into Tuesday's forecast for tomorrow, we will be having a clear forecast for tomorrow as well as for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But as we take a look at tonight's forecast, tonight we'll be seeing cold and clear skies, breezy winds coming from the east-southeast at about 5 miles per hour with a low of 31 degrees. So if you are planning on getting out tonight, make sure that you bundle up and keep a jacket on hand. Taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, tomorrow we'll be seeing mostly sunny skies, light and variable winds coming from the northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour with a high of 52 degrees. Taking a look at our 4-day forecast. Taking a look at Tuesday. Tuesday, we'll be seeing mostly sunny skies, a high of 54 and a low of 31 degrees. Will be very chilly at night, so make sure you get out, keep your jacket on hand. Taking a look at Wednesday's forecast. Mostly sunny skies with a high of 61 degrees. Temperatures will begin to warm up throughout the day. Thursday, again, mostly sunny skies, high of 67 and a low of 38 degrees. And as we go into Friday, we'll be seeing partly cloudy skies and a high of 70 degrees. So, Rachel Bailey, we can see that as we move throughout the week, the temperatures will begin to warm back up. But as far as tonight goes, we'll be seeing some very cool temperatures for tonight and also those gusty winds we've been seeing throughout the day. So, definitely be on the lookout for that.
So, tonight we should all keep our jackets on hand. Right. And then tomorrow we could keep the jackets, but we could get rid of them during the afternoon times, probably.
Right. Just keep the jackets on hand for now, but as we move throughout the week, we'll be
just throw them back in the closet.
Throw them back in the closet.
All right. Thank you so much, Jamarlo.
All right. Thank you.